Welcome to Sexual Abuse, the questions you've never had the chance to ask. This is the video series where I get 2 minutes to try and answer your questions on consent, sexual violence or domestic abuse. The question for this episode comes from Teresa in Westminster, and she'd like to know, how can we have constructive conversations about sexual harassment? One of the traps that we can fall into when we try to have conversations about sexual harassment is that we can set it up as a gender war. We make it men against women, and when we do that, we shut the conversation down. We can only have a constructive conversation about sexual harassment if we place that conversation in its natural complexity. This isn't a binary conversation. It's not me against you. It's a constellation where we all have different perspectives, and those perspectives are valid despite their differences. And when we're able to look at the complexities, we can see that the very causes of sexual harassment are also the causes of male suicide. This is not a gender war, and nobody is winning. Women are being sexually violated, men are killing themselves. We all suffer because of the rigid way in which our society treats gender. Men, this is something that you need to get your heads around. If you are male, then your gender is a privilege. Now, that doesn't mean that your pavements are paved with gold and everything comes easily to you, but it does mean that you live in a world that is so accommodating to your gender, there are many things that you've never had to notice. Privilege comes with a special kind of ignorance. To give you an example, I live with the privilege of being white. I live in a world that is so accommodating to my whiteness, I don't even have to notice it. When people say the phrase race and ethnicity, I don't think they're talking about me. If I had to write an essay on what it means to be white, it would take me a long time to come up with a few short, pathetic sentences, because unlike people of other ethnicities, I've been able to afford to never think about mine. So men, you need to trust that there are things you've never had to look at before. You need to listen. You need to get over your knee-jerk reaction to be defensive or feel guilty or sorry for yourself. Your privilege has robbed you of a way of looking at the world. It's time to get curious about your ignorance. Thanks for watching. If your organisation is struggling to have constructive conversations about gender or sexual harassment, then get in contact with me because I might be able to help you with that. And if you would like to be part of the solution, please check out the other videos in this series. Let's all get curious about our ignorance, because this issue isn't going to go away until we do. See you next time.